Hey everybody, welcome to the How to Create Your Author Website video series. This is the step-by-step process and how to create an excellent website for your author platform. In order for your site to look professional, it's going to need a color scheme. So in this lesson, we're going to look at some examples of author websites that use color schemes, and then we'll create a color scheme for your site. Going back to the website of author Julie James, we see that she only uses about 5 colors in her site. The main color being this pinkish color here that shows up on the sides and in the writing here, in the title and the heading for the site, in her name, and also here in the writing. We see here in these headings, we see that pinkish color, and down here and in this present. Another major color is, well, white. The white background, that's a color. And also these blue highlights here for links to different parts of her site, also for social media and her mailing list. And also, very subtly, this off-white grayish color, that's also part of her color scheme. So if you put those together, that's only about 5 colors that she uses for her site. Author Jeff Goins, he also has a color scheme going on. It's we have this red color here and blue highlights for buttons, and that red shows up also for this button. And if you go up, actually, you can see that that red shows up again with another blue button, an off-white grayish background, and it shows up here at the top, that off-white grayish background. And then here we have Anthony Horowitz. We can see that he's using a gray theme for his site with this kind of golden yellow for his name and for his menu. We see that the gray shows up here. It shows up in the writing with up, and look at that orange shows up when you hover over the words. And there's this off gray in the background. And here's that orange color, that golden color here, down here. That gray shows up again. And the light gray here, which highlights to that golden color when you hover over it. None of this is an accident. This was planned by the site designers, that they use a color scheme. It looks professional, it's pleasing to the eye, aesthetically pleasing, they say. So for your site to look professional, you're going to want to use a color scheme as well. And where you can get a color scheme figured out is going to a site called Coolors, coolors.co. It's pretty straightforward. It gives you 5 colors, as you can see, and will generate for you a color scheme. So there we are. It gives us 5 colors picked at random. And for your color scheme, you're going to want to be sure that you have a dark color and some light colors. This is so your words will stand out on your background. We'll go back to Anthony Horowitz's site, and we can see how that yellow, that bright yellow, stands out against this darker gray color. So for your site, you're going to want to do the same thing. Even in Julie James' site, she has this light background, and this darker pink color stands out against that light background. You're going to want to do the same thing with your site. So you're going to want to make sure that you have a dark color and some light colors. So these colors right here, this registration black and this powder blue, would go well together. You could have this in the background and have some words in this black, or you could have this black in the background and have some words in this powder blue color. And this is a pretty cool color scheme. You can lock whatever colors you like. If you like the black and the blue, and I like this green color. Really, I kind of like them all, but for the sake of experimenting, I'm gonna Press space bar, and it will generate some more colors for me. You press space bar again, they'll get some more colors. And if you like any of them, you can lock them, or you can adjust them, or you can change their shades, or you can move them around. But I was fiddling around with this site earlier, and I came up with a scheme that I want to use for my author site. And this is the theme I'm going to go with. I like this soap color. Will go well with this in the background, or this in the foreground, this in the background. It kind of pops. And actually, you know what? I want to maybe adjust this a little bit, make it a little bit brighter so it stands out even more. There we go. And we can have this yellow as a highlight color, and these yellows as a highlight color. So there we go. That's my color scheme. That's what I'm going to be using for my website. And in order to get it, all you have to do is click export, and you can get a PDF or a PNG file. I'm going to get a PDF file so I can have it later. So good. Now I have a PDF file with my colors. Whenever I need to access these colors, what I can do is I can go down here and look at these codes right here. These top line, the hex codes, are going to come in handy for the site. You're going to use reference for those. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to the site coolors.co and pick out your color scheme. Create a color scheme that is appropriate for your website, something that's appropriate for your genre. If you notice that Julie James, she does these light, kind of like a brighter colors because she's a romance author. And so that color scheme fits these lighter, brighter colors. Whereas Anthony Horowitz, he writes more action, adventure. His site is darker with these kind of orange highlights. And it kind of emphasizes the action. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to Coolors and create a color scheme that will be used for your site. So this is the color scheme I'm going to be using for our test site. And I want you to create your own color scheme for your site. And once you've got that, you can move on to the next lesson. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to learn more about how to create an author website, check out the links in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, please click that like button and subscribe to my channel so you can check out more great content from me. All right, thanks again. See you later.